Bobby, please let everybody in. Today we're going to talk about the usability extension for Beas manufacturing. So now you're probably saying, well, what is that? If you guys don't know our usability package, so you're missing out already. We have our first add-on for SAP Business One was actually the usability package. And what the usability package does is where you can customize your SAP Business One the way you want it. If you're an implementation consultant, this is like a toy to you because you have it so much easier implementing SAP Business One. You make your customers so much happier because the customer asks you something, hey, can you do this? Can you change this behavior? With the usability package, you can do that in a very simple way. There is many webinars out there for the usability package. Demo videos. Actually, I'm having a webinar today at 1 o'clock, I think, with one of our partners, and we're going to talk about the usability package. So it's a great tool. It's a must-have. I used to implement SAP Business One, and it's a must-have for every customer. So once you have the usability package installed and you also have BS manufacturing, you turn the function on here. So we extended the features to BS. Not everything, it's limited, but there is some really cool features you can also use on the BS side. So, and to me, if you have the usability package already and you have BS, might as well use it. So what can you do on the BS side? Easy access. If you have seen me before, if you have seen any demos before with the usability package, we like to create those buttons. Okay, so you put a button in there and then you put maybe with the click of a button, you pull up a different BS template. Okay. Or an report or an external application. Or scripts. If you know BS already, you know it works with scripts or print macros. So you can make those little buttons on the screen on the BS screen. So if I go into SAP Business One, here is my SAP Business One. Also, for you guys to know, and I'm sure I mentioned it also on the other webinars, if you have the usability package and BS manufacturing, you also have out of the box BS dashboards. Okay, so you have the usability package installed. Let me actually go in here and show you this. Here's my usability package. This is what you just saw on the configuration. Use BS usability extension. And I'm also using the usability package dashboards. You get a tons of dashboards, but you also get BS dashboards, 9 of them. And this is a couple of them I have displayed here. And you also can put them out on the web, pull them up as a web dashboard. So that's another feature you get for BS when you have the usability extension. But if I go here and I go to production, inventory actually, and I go to inventory report. So this is where I have it set up. So here I have my buttons, and you can put the buttons either on top, to the right, on the bottom. Okay, this is on the SAP side. We always put it on the right. On the BS side, we have a little bit more flexibility. So I have the BS new look running again, like I did with the other webinars. So you see the new look. You saw it on the print screen. Of course, it works also on the previous look. Okay. So if I have it here, so what does it do? So I have here item with stock. So I'm going to say, hey, show me all the item without stock. If I click here, that's the item without stock, go item with stock, you see that my items change because now I see all the items they have stock and these are all the items without stock. You see it all 0 here. So an easy, very easy way for you to just click at a button and not go somewhere else. then I have a button here, print labels. That's a very popular one, what I have heard. So you can go to any of the items highlighted, and then you say print labels. And now I'm going to say, okay, this is the pallet number, this is my batch number, and I have quantity of 6, and then you start. So like on the fly, you can print, oh, my crystal report is not, oh, I just put it. I must have moved it again. Sorry about that. On the fly, you can actually print a label. The crystal report will come up and the label printing, you can print the label right there. Okay. So that's something else you can do. Work orders. So you can also go to a produced item and say, hey, show me, and I don't know which one it is, show me all the work orders for these items. And let me see, sorry, I should have written it down if there is one. There we go. I have 2 work orders for this one. I have work order 150 and 205 for this. So that gives me a work order list. So how do you create those buttons? I'm going to show you. It's super simple. When you have the usability extension, you right click. You have this B1 up now, the B1 up menu. And here you say, depending on what screen, we're going to do some other examples, what screen you're in, you have a menu. Okay. Edit function buttons. We are talking about function buttons right now. Okay, so here I have item with stock, item without stock. I have work orders, print labels, which I don't have my crystal report, unfortunately, right now. Work order list. You see, you click on a produced item, they show me all the work order list and so on. There, I have another one here. So to create a new button, you just say add row. And then you call it, or you want it to say. And now you say, hey, do you want to put it to the right of a screen, bottom, top, or left? Or with the right click. Maybe you want to open it with the right click. You know, some people are right clickers, okay? So I'm going to put it over to the right. Now you have this menu here. So, you know, when is the button available in add mode, update mode, okay mode? This is my position. You also can give the button a different icon. Instead of a button, you can make it an icon that's available. But then you have the function. Okay, you have the function and say, what am I going to attach there? And you see, this is all coming from those are functions from Beas. And then I have my universal functions. They're from the usability package. So you can use both. Okay. I'm just going to do a message. Let me see if this one works. I haven't looked at it for a while. And I'm going to transfer it. So I'm attaching a template, a print macro, or a universal function to this button. I'm going to refresh this window. So on the BS side, it works a little bit different. You know, when you create a button on the SAP side, you get out from the screen and go back in. In BS, you just click refresh window. And if I look here, the button is here. So I don't have to get out necessarily. And if I click on it, there is my message. I attached a message. Okay. But you saw on the other ones, I did a query, give me item with stock, item without stock, or print the label, pull up a crystal report, or a work order list. So I'm going to open it up one more time, and we're going to look at the print label. And what this is really a print macro. Okay. You have it here. This is my, and I must have moved my report. I apologize, but believe me, it works. I did a print macro. What is the item with stock, the item without stock? What is that? If I go here to this blue arrow, these are my items with stock, and this is without stock. Okay. And I display SQL. That's what I wanted to see. There we go. Okay. So you create your SQL, you create your templates, you create your macros, and put it on a button to make it easier for the users. So that's buttons. So I pull it up here on the item report. I have the most buttons right here. So I thought I'll show it. And you can put it down here. There's the Beas button. I don't know what this is. I guess it's a message too. You can put it on the bottom, on top, or to the right. Okay. So I'm going to go to one more button that's very, very popular. And I hope I didn't do something to my machine to move the crystal reports. If you go, you all know APS. You have your APS scenarios, you run your APS, then you view it. A lot of times I have been told you want to go in here and select certain work orders and print them all at the same time. I think you cannot do this anywhere in Beas. You do it one by one. So what I'm doing here, I have APS. I'm going to say print those work orders. Stop printing this, select this entry. And now they print, oh, there my printer. Now my printer is starting and I really don't want it to. Now it's going to print those selected work orders. This is super, super popular. Okay. And what this is if I go in here, go to Beas App, edit function button. What is this? What do you guys think it is? It is a print macro. And what I did a print macro, put it on a button, make it easy for the users, and it is a script right here. Okay? I might share this with you if you would like to, if you have the usability package in Beas, okay? So it's very popular. You just click the work orders you want to print and it does it for you. So you don't have to do it one by one. Every consultant I spoke to, when we created this button, they said, I want this, I want this. Because for the guy who does advanced planning and scheduling, he just clicks on it and he prints it out. So going back to this was easy access. Go on any screen, click, right click, see if you have the menu add function buttons, then you know you can add them, okay? So now we're gonna go to item placement tool. So item placement tool, we all know also from the SAP side, if you know the usability package, and you can move stuff around, okay? So you can go to the work order screen, you can go to the item structure screen, wherever. So I'm gonna go into the item structure. We all know item structure. Gosh. Okay, let's go to inventory. I'm gonna go to item structure and we pull up an item. I could put a button here down here too. So if I click here, Beas App. That's what you guys look for, this Beas App button. It looks so pretty too. They changed it on me. So here I have my item structure. So there is a lot of stuff maybe you don't use and so on. Okay. So you can always go in here and say, you know what? I'm going to right click here, go to Beas App, and you can say hide this item. And you will see it's going to go away. It's going to open up the item placement tool. It acts a little bit different. It said, yeah, I want to modify this item. I want to do something to this item. Here it is. It's gone. And what's so neat on the Beas side, it opens up the item placement tool automatically. And there we go. It checked the hide button. Okay. Refresh window. You see it's gone now. So always remember also on the Beas side. So I can go back to the window and review it. If I go back to my item placement, oh, I didn't want to do that. I want to make it actually a little bit smaller. So I've seen my item placement tool. If I click here again on the item placement tool, it's yellow, the item master. You see that? So that means now I'm in design mode again. Make sense? So I can do something else if you want to move in something manually. I'm going to go out here. So it's not yellow anymore, just not to confuse you. So, but I like that because you kind of go back and forth. So I hid an item. Now let's make an item mandatory. So I'm going to say this item has to be mandatory. Right click, always go to the fields, okay? And make field mandatory. Item placement tool comes up. And also guys, of course, you can say include users or not include users. It's only mandatory for me because I never fill it up, right? So it's turning red. I'm going to refresh window to refresh the item master data because now I'm in designing mode because I say, yes, I want to work with this one field. I'm going to say refresh. And there we go. So I know that this item is mandatory. It automatically makes it red for you. It's great for the users. And I really like the new look with the sleek red around it. Okay. One of my popular one is of course make items read-only. You know there is certain fields people shouldn't touch. So if I click right here, go to B1 up, make items read-only. You have everything here. Make this field mandatory, make this item read-only. Start with this. If you're new to this, or make this item read-only. I'm going to click on this. Now my item placement tool comes up and says, hey, do you really want to work with this field? Yes, I want to modify it because I want to make it read-only. There we go. It's grayed out again, maybe for certain users. So you can do an item placement tool for certain users and then another one for other users. And I'm going to say refresh. And you see, now my design mode is gone and I cannot touch this item anymore. Okay. You can also do a validation. Okay. So if I go back here, I have the other. I'm going to come back to the UDFs. I'm going to start, I'm going to go to validation first because I want to do this actually first and then I go to UDFs. So validation system. So as you know, and you probably have seen it now when I was clicking around, when I click to B1 up, you see add validation. Oops, I probably have one already. B1 up. It should, no, come on now. Let me get out. I still have this open. That's right. Let me get out and let me go back in again. You can do a validation to a field. Let me open it up again. Otherwise, I move forward to the work order. So I can right click. There we go. For some reason, it wasn't there because I probably had the item placement tool still open. Add validation when this field is changed. Add validation when clicking on it, this field. Add validation when double clicking. Add validation on other event. So let's say when this field is changed, I'm going to create a validation for this. I'm going to say, I'm going to keep it very simple for you. I'm going to do this validation for certain users, only for Julian, because he always changes stuff. And when he changes this item, what should happen? And I want to have this validation active in add mode, OK mode, or update mode. So you can do an SQL condition and do if and else, if you know it from the usability package. But what we're going to keep it simple today. We are going to do a message. I already created the message, or let me actually go in here to create a universal function. You can always go in here, add, you can do it on the fly and create a message right here. Or you use one on the SAP side. There's certain ones you can use. So I create a universal function. Actually, let me do this. Webinar message. It's a message. And you can do a script, external launcher, remember? An SQL report. And I'm going to say, hello world, B1 up usability package rocks. Okay. And the message, when you do a message, when a message comes up, you can also block the user to do something, or you give him a message box, okay? Or you give him a status bar and say, no, you cannot do that. So like, for example, to changing this field, I'm like, nope, you're not allowed to do that. So they can get a message box. It will block them, or just a warning, or a status bar, success or error. But we're going to just send a message. I'm going to click this. And I'm going to say, okay. So with messages, you can block people. No, you're not allowed to do that. Okay. And I'm going to cancel. I'm going to keep the other one I added because we're going to switch it. I'm going to add this validation and it gives it a number. Just let the running numbers do it. And now I'm going to go in here and I'm going to try to change this. And I tab off. Oh, are you sure you want to change that name? I'm going to say, okay, okay. Okay, it should be only once, and it jumps. I'm not blocking the user, so I'm able to do that. But every time I change something, so I'm warning them. I'm not blocking them. So now let's go back. I don't know why it does it 3 times. I got to look at that. Now I'm going to go back to this validation. You can always go back to a configuration on the screen. Go to Beas extension overview. And item must event validate leaving the field. I think it's event valid. I think it was this one. And what we're going to do, we're going to go and put the other one in there, just so you see. And we're going to say, okay, update. I'm not blocking it again. I like the message bar, always better than on the, but I'll switch something around. I'm going to change it again. Oh, I didn't update here. Hold on. Let me go. Let me go in here. My required field. See, I'm going to get myself in trouble. I guess I had, let me just change it again. Oh, I didn't do the correct one. Sorry, because I have so many. It's probably another one. Oh, there we go. It just was there because I have it double. I have 2 validations running. That's my problem. See what I did the mistake. It's a good thing this happened. Add validation to the screen. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I want to do the overview for you. Nope, I don't want that. So it's a good thing this happened. This is what I had by preparing stuff and adding stuff. Since I have the same validation 3 times. That's why you saw that. So you can say delete this one. Okay. Yes. Then we're gonna delete another one. So we only have one. I think this one we can delete. Isn't that nice? You can create new functions from here. I'm gonna delete this, yes. And then I'm good to go. And now we're gonna try it again. Now I shouldn't get it 6, 7 times. There we go. And only one time. Now, let me show you one more thing. We're gonna go in here and I'm gonna open up this one more time. And it's this one. See, that's why 3 messages came up. I did it in the last few days several times. I didn't delete the other one. So I'm going to go to my universal function and I'm going to say, I don't want a message box. I'm going to do a status box or a question. Status error and a blocked event. I just want you to see the difference. I like the message box, me personally. So what it does, you can do a success or a error. To me, I'm going to close it out and we're going to change it again. Tab off. Now you see it comes on the bottom. I don't like the red line. So I like the box better, but I want you to get, and I want to get you the idea. Okay. Now it's going to say, hey, there's a mandatory field and so on. Okay, so but this is something you can validate your fields. Okay, you just right click, play with the B1 app features you have on the BS side. So the other one we have, now let's go back. I hope this was clear. The other one we have is the additional UDFs. This is very, very popular because you know that BS has 4 user-defined fields, and that's about it. When you go to the configuration wizard, you have 4, but now you can create additional fields. So I'm gonna try show it to you. It's a little bit, I gotta say, a little bit of playing around. If I go to work orders and I open up a work order, there we go. And I can create, so what you do here, there's my buttons again. You can go in here. I think I did it on the work order, let me see. And you just say create a new element, or you go to item placement tool. This is, it opens up the item placement tool. I'm not gonna do that. Actually, I should have gone to item placement tool. And then here you say on the item placement tool, you're going to say add a row. And if you go here, you have different UDFs. So you have up to 4, and here it starts with 5, 6, and I don't know why they're not in order. Don't ask me why they are not in order. And you have 11 more. I think 11 more you have. You say UDF, you name it. Okay. Then you can put a different color. So when you write into the UDFs in that field, it will be red or green, whatever you want it to be. Oh, that's ugly. Let's do it green. Okay, I say yes. Do you want to have the UDF read-only hide? You have everything here. And then I'm going to go say refresh window. And here it is. So what you have to do then, it comes on the upper right left corner. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to try to grab this UDF and move it somewhere else. Oops, I'm making it bigger. This is where let me grab it again. There we go. Oh, there we go. And then you need to grab it good and then move it around. So this is something I have a hard time sometimes. So you just move it over to another screen. There we go. Here's my UDF. And then if I write something in there, I cannot do that now. I'm going to say refresh window. Where is my item placement tool? This is something you have to play a little bit. I'm going to refresh my window. There we go. There's my UDF. If I go in here and write something, it's green. You see that? Because I said I wanted to have it the green color. And you can add 11 more UDFs. This is super popular. You can line it up here, or you can put it actually under here. These are the BS UDFs. Remember, you can have 4, and then you can add 11 more. This is super popular because this is something customers ask many times. Hey, can I create more UDFs? And you have them here. You just say on the add row, and here are all your UDFs listed. There's other stuff listed, of course, you can put, but UDFs is the one you probably like a lot because we need more information. And again, maybe just for certain users, I make a UDF. Maybe only Julia needs another UDF, not me. And then you can change the color when they put it in, which I like a lot on the new look because the new look is very classy, grayish, bluish. And then if you have some UDFs, put a little bit of color in there to make it fun. Okay. So that was additional UDFs. Okay, on the item placement tool. So you have the item placement tool where you do most of the moving around, as you know, at the UDFs and so on. Then you have the validations on the fields and then the easy access. Create those buttons. You see down here, I have it down here, the label, a website. You can go outside the website, an external launcher. Maybe I wanted to Google this item code. or this item name. Okay, so you have everything available right now. Okay, so that was basically it. Usability package. Keep in mind, you gotta have the usability package. You need to activate BS integration, activate the B1 app dashboards. When you activate the B1 app dashboards, you have to turn off the cockpit. So our dashboards will work. And if you have BS, you also have 9 dashboards out of the box, and you can also use them on the dash.